Hey guys, it's Caleb. Welcome back to another video. Today we got while loops, so like I've been saying, let's just get right into it. So we're gonna hop right back into the same script and the server script service. Whoa. So while loops. What are while loops and how are they different than for loops? So a while loop is a little bit different because it always runs while the condition is true. That might not make sense, but let me write it out for you. So I'm just gonna do a basic example. So to start off with a while loop, you just use a keyword while, and then this is your condition. It's almost like the condition of an if statement, but now it's in a while loop. So I'm just gonna do a very easy example. I'm just gonna say while true, do, and now this will always run. This is actually we just created an infinite loop because this is always true because it's our keyword, a boolean, which is true. So now whatever we put in here will always happen, which could definitely possibly crash your game. So we don't want to do this. But let's use a better example. So say like we have a variable, local a, and a is set to, we'll say 0. Okay. So we'll make a while loop that's going to add to a, and then once it reaches 10, it's going to stop. So let's write that out. So we'll say while a is less than 10, and then in here, so within the while loop, for best practice, usually you want to edit the thing that's in your condition. So in this case, we want to edit a. So we'll say a plus equal 1. Excuse me. Plus equals 1. And I think I taught this before. This is just add an a to itself. So like the first time it goes in, it will be 1. And then you add 1 to it again. So it's taking 1 plus 1, which is 2. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. On and on and on. But usually the thing that you want to edit in your while loop is the condition out here. So since we want a less than 10, so while a is less than 10, usually you want to edit that in here. This prevents an infinite while loop. But we'll go ahead and we'll run this, and I'm going to print a. And as you can see, it went all the way up until it reached 10. Hopefully that was clear. I got a little choppy when explaining this, like why you want to get in here, but I can do another example just to show you. So let's say we have let's go the opposite with this. So say like we have a local b, and b is set to, we'll say 20. So we'll say while b is greater than 0, same thing. We'll do b minus equals 1. So we're going the opposite way now. But my main point I'm trying to hammer in here is that we really want to edit the thing that this while loop is checking so that we don't create an infinite loop. And I don't think I explained this yet, but this condition checks every single time it reaches the end of this loop. So what it looks like is this. So your code is going to come down here. It's going to read, okay, you're opening up a variable. And the variable has a value of 20, which is a number. And it's going down in this while loop. Okay, so it says while b is greater than 0. So then it's going to check, is b greater than 0? B is greater than 0. So it's going to do this. It's going to subtract 1 from b. And it's going to come down to this end, and it's going to go right back up to here because the condition is still true. Okay, is b greater than 0? Now it's at 19 because I subtracted 1. It is. They come down here, and it's going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until b is finally not greater than 0. So if I go ahead and I'll print b. As you can see, you started at 20, got all the way down to 1. You're probably expecting it to be 0, but the only reason it's not because it's greater than, not greater than or equal to 0. If I had greater than or equal to 0, then it would get down to 0. But in this case, we just have greater than. While loops are a little tricky. It's almost like an if statement, except the thing within the while loop always repeats until the condition turns false. And you really want to make sure you're editing the condition within the while loop so you don't end up with an infinite loop. For example, if I was saying If I just said this, that's an infinite loop. That'd probably give me a Stack Overflow error because it's just gonna run forever. Because I'm not actually editing B. Even if I come out here and say, all right, well, B minus equal 1, doesn't matter. This is good. Your code's gonna stop right here because it's just gonna constantly run this, and this will probably crash your code because code runs so fast that this thing is gonna print out B a million times. So that's all I have for this video. Another weird topic. Hopefully that makes sense. I keep saying I say that a lot because I definitely do, but that's a while loop. They're also pretty useful. I like for loops a little bit more. I'm not a big while loop guy, but they're very important, so I had to teach them. But next video, I'm pretty excited. We have script and properties for the first time. Properties, remember, is this stuff down here in this tab. So I'm looking forward to that. But until then, I'll see ya. Have a go on. Practice with this. Practice while loops. Just understanding the concept of loops. Your if statements, stuff like that. Because once you get into coding and we start scripting other stuff like that, like those are like the little things that I'll throw in every here and there. But practice. You guys got it. I'm not too worried about it. Have a go on. I'll see you in the next video.